most people don't see what Shohei's doing in between and underneath, and it is so hard to do. He's two different people. I don't know if there's words to really just to describe Shohei and what he does day in and day out.
You guys don't get to see it, but we get to see, the work he puts in, in the weight room. His dedication to his craft is, second to none. And, he's been doing that since he was a kid. You can just see that's his work ethic, and that's just who he is. And, we're just lucky to have him and, have a guy as special and as talented as him, but also a guy that works hard too.
I think, with any free agent coming in, with any superstar free agent coming in, you really just don't know the personality. Obviously, guys from other teams, you ask a bunch of guys, hey, what's Shohei like? Hey, what's Shohei like? But until you've been in a clubhouse with him and get to hang out, you don't really know, until you get in that setting. And so I can't say enough good things about the clubhouse presence that he has.
Yeah. For sure. And just having to hit the day you pitch and plus all the other stuff after it's a lot to juggle. And I think you need to be a very chill, forget things quick type of guy. And I feel like he's perfect for it. His mentality and the way he is throughout the course of a season, it's I feel like he's probably one of the few people that can even put that on during an entire season.
これらはすべて大谷選手と毎日グラウンドを共にするドジャースの同僚たちが語った言葉です。2026年シーズン、大谷選手は二刀流として完全復活を果たしました。投げて、打って、走る。それだけ聞けばシンプルに聞こえます。ですが、実際にそのルーティンがどれほど常識外れのものか、外から見ているだけではなかなか伝わりません。登板日の朝から試合後まで、投手としての調整をこなしながら、打者としても結果を出し続ける。登板翌日でも、翌々日でも、スタジアムの外まで飛ばすホームランを打つ。しかも、それを162試合のシーズンを通してやり続ける。それがどれだけ人間離れしたことなのか。今回、それを最もリアルに語れるのは、毎日その姿を間近で見てきたチームメイトたちです。彼らの言葉を聞いていくと、大谷選手への驚きの理由が、単なる記録や結果だけではないことがわかります。準備の仕方、体の使い方、メンタルの切り替え方、その全てが同じプロの目から見ても、理解できないレベルなのです。ということで今回の動画ではドジャースの同僚たちが語ったインタビューを通して大谷選手の二刀流ルーティンの凄さに迫っていきたいと思います。それではまずムーキー・ベッツ選手の言葉からご覧ください。
Otani, we'll talk about him on the field and how incredible he is, but what's he like off the field? Does he speak any English? Does he talk shit? English. Does he got any jokes?
Nah, he got some jokes.
He got some
I don't know. To be honest, you don't see him. You don't see him? No, you can't really see him.
Okay,
because,
what's wrong with this dude?
He's that person that he literally cannot go anywhere. Wow. He can't live a normal life. And so it kind of sucks.
Right.
After we leave the stadium, you don't see him. And I get it.
Right.
I get it. He can't go anywhere. So
but what's he like in the locker room when
he's cool. He just be chilling. He's quiet. He only hit this year, so he was kind of hanging out, chilling. Then he started throwing a little bit when he would go outside, throw, and then come back. And he never worked way too much and never worked a little. He just did what he needed to do. And I mean, he's just more gifted and just better than everybody. And there's nothing you can do about it.
On the field, I mean, you've seen him do some incredible things. Hopefully he gets back to the mound this upcoming year. But, the hit, and we actually went to a game that you guys went back to back for the game.
Yeah,
Remember? Yeah, we saw you before the game. But, just to kind of see that energy. But what is he like as just a guy out there on the field, or, whether he's just hitting or on the mound?
He's really normal. It's just what he does is so
unnormal.
He's really normal when his preparation, he goes and talks and he competes. He's not more of a competitor than I am.
Uh-huh.
He's just, and so, everybody sees, they see him as a normal guy. We all see him it's just show.
Mm-hmm.
But then, he goes put up 50-50, and wins every award in the world. And you're like, damn.
Yeah.
You forget, that's Shohei Otani.
Well, you were a star on that stage. On the same day, your teammate, Shohei Ohtani, won another MVP. I don't know if you had a chance while you were getting ready to do the show, if you reached out to your teammate to congratulate him.
No, I didn't. We did in the group chat. We told him congrats. But it's amazing. So I mean, we pretty much can go ahead and give it to him for the next however many years to the rest of his until he's done pitching. Then somebody may have a chance. But if he's still pitching, man, we can just keep giving it to him.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I know you've been asked this a million times. What's it like to be around him? But I want to ask you in a different way, not just being around him or playing with him, but Mookie, is it true he doesn't come out on the field very often to hit? And so I'm wondering, what's his workout look like when he's hitting to get ready? And could you ever take a full season not going out on the field and taking batting practice?
I definitely couldn't go a full season not going out on the field, taking batting practice. I understand, though, because every step he takes, there's a camera, somebody right there following him, and he just wants a little piece. So I definitely understand. But, he really just does normal stuff. I mean, just normal flips. I mean, normal little machine, normal BP. I mean, I wish I could tell you that he did something different than everyone else, but no, he does the same stuff. He just it's just that much better. He hits flips better than it's pretty much better across the board. So.
いかがでしたか？ベッツ選手の言葉からは、大谷選手の調整法が決して特別なものではないことが伝わってきます。普通の T 打撃、普通のバッティングマシン、やっていること自体は他の選手と変わらない。しかし、その精度と結果が誰も追いつけないレベルにあるのです。ただ、ここで語られていたのは、あくまで打者としての日々の調整の部分に過ぎません。二刀流とは、それだけでは完結しません。投手としての登板準備、登板後の調整、そして翌日からまた打者として結果を出し続けること。その全体像を知ったとき、初めて本当の負荷の大きさが見えてきます。次にご覧いただくフレディ・フリーマン選手は、その全体像を最も近くで見てきた一人です。
I don't know if I've really grasped the weight of it because we're so in it and just trying to win and not really thinking about history and all that kind of stuff. We're just trying to do our best to win right now. But I think when you do take a step back and realize that the opportunity that's here and presented, it's pretty cool. I mean, just to be in this spot. I mean, last week you're starting to get the word dynasty thrown out and things of that nature, and if that's being thrown out, that means the organization's doing a really, really good job. So just to be in this spot is extremely hard to do, but to win it and to potentially win it 2 times in a row, it's pretty cool. I usually tend to go to the plan and the approach of what I'm gonna do in that scenario. You don't think about the moment. You start thinking about, okay, what does this pitcher do? I start going into how I'm gonna attack that pitcher. It's not about thinking about, we're in the World Series. There's a lot of more cameras on us. There's a lot more people watching this. If you're doing that, that means you're letting the moment get a little bit too big. And you just kind of bring it back down. You look at your scouting report, you go over your plan, your process, and you go in and attack it. And if you do that, this game's already hard enough to even without all the extra amount of pressure in the postseason. But if you can just stick to your routine and just stick to your plan and your process, it gives you a better chance. Most people don't see what Shohei's doing in between and underneath, and it is so hard to do. He's 2 different people. I don't know if there's words to really just to describe Shohei and what he does day in and day out. The in between the starts, while he's hitting. I was marveled at the fact that he was rehabbing Tommy John last year and doing 50-50, and then now I'm seeing him pitch and hit 50 more home runs, and now he's doing it on the big stage, pitching and hitting, and then the game he had last week, I just don't even comprehend.
But your reaction to Shohei's second home run was sheer and utter shock. Have you processed it yet?
No, I'm still kind of speechless. The man just struck out 10 guys and hit 3 home runs in the same game. It's
this is you right here.
Yeah, it said 469 feet. I think it just ran out of space I think it just hit something that far away. It's just incredible. It's I kind of said it in there. The inevitable happened. He was going to break out at some point, and When you saw him taking BP the other day, the first 2 rounds, it was a little pull happy hooking balls. And by the 3rd, 4th, 5th round, it was launching balls to center field. The triple yesterday, I think, got his confidence going. And then obviously he's just so locked in when he's pitching that I think it just everything, the unicorn came out.
Yes.
フリーマン選手の言葉からは、大谷選手のルーティンがいかに常識を超えたものかが伝わってきます。リハビリをしながら 50-50 を達成した2024年シーズン。そして2025年シーズン以降は、投手として完全復活しながら、打者としても結果を出し続けている。普通の選手であれば、投手としての調整だけで精一杯のはずです。それに加えて、打者としての準備もある。さらに、それをシーズン全体にわたってやり続けなければならない。同じ超一流の選手が表現する言葉がないと言わざるを得ないほどのルーティンが毎日繰り返されているのです。では、その裏側は具体的にどんな光景なのか。正捕手のウィル・スミス選手がより具体的な証言を残していますのでご覧ください。
The most impressive thing you've ever seen Shohei Ohtani do on a field, off it.
Oh my gosh. I don't know. I mean, he started taking BP. When was it? Like before the World Series or before the NLCS. We made him hit in the last group by himself just because no one wanted to hit with him and just be completely, embarrassed because he's hitting balls out of the stadium and, we're giving it our all and getting it 5 rows deep, 6 rows deep, and he's putting another 100 feet. It's incredible, how strong he is. Throws 100 miles an hour, just the power behind everything he does is incredible. But you guys don't get to see it, but we get to see the work he puts in in the weight room. His dedication to his craft is second to none, and he's been doing that since he was a kid. You can just see that's his work ethic, and that's just who he is. And we're just lucky to have him, and have a guy as special and as talented as him, but also a guy that works hard too.
He makes it all look easy, Will. He really does.
Yeah, he really does. It's
like, does he sweat?
It's annoying at times, but year 2 now with him, you're just kind of like, all right, he's with us. Let him go do his thing, and you can't get too annoyed about that.
Have you ever seen him sweat? Has he sweat? Does he have sweat glands?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I just want to make sure. Because again, the only the equivalent I make is a couple times I covered the U.S. Open in tennis. It's Roger Federer, where he never sweat or didn't look like it. He made everything, the most difficult, look simple, and had an air of invincibility. And being a teammate of his must be glorious. It just must be.
Yeah.
At the end of the
pretty
day.
much. We're glad he's with us for sure.
I'm sure.
スミス選手の話からは、大谷選手のパワーがいかに別次元であるかが伝わってきます。チームメイトが必死に打ってもスタンドの5、6列目止まりなのに、大谷選手はスタジアムの外まで飛ばしてしまうのです。ただ、スミス選手が強調していたのは、そのパワーだけではありませんでした。才能だけで打っているのではなく、ウェイトルームでの献身的なトレーニングがその飛距離を支えているということです。そしてその裏での努力を同じ先発投手という立場から見てきたのがタイラー・グラスノー投手です。登板翌日のホームラン、その事実が持つ意味をグラスノー投手は投手の視点から語っています。
How excited are you to share a rotation now with Shohei?
That's going to be fun. I mean, Snell, Shohei, Yama, Bobby, Kershaw, like there's so many people. It's going to be insane. Like it's going to be a really, really good rotation. And just to watch like on a daily basis, like just to watch Shohei like hit and also come back and pitch, just to see like his whole routine and like how you even tackle that throughout the course of a season. That's going to be the most interesting thing. Like how the training aspect of it, like what you do throughout the week. He's got it figured out, but it's be interesting for me to see firsthand.
Well, yeah, because how sore are you after just a regular start?
I'm more of a like the not the day after, but the following day. That's when like the soreness hits. So pretty sore. I'm so used to it that like it's hard for me to judge. Like if someone who hadn't pitched felt it would be like, wow. But it's just like, oh yeah, I'm sore. It's like you're just always sore in the same places. It kind of deviates depending on like how your mechanics were, how stressful the innings were and stuff. But nothing crazy, but definitely like you feel it. When you go throw 100 pitches, like you're aware that you threw 100 pitches.
And then, I mean, you're going to be amazed then when 2 days after his start, he's hitting balls 420. Like yeah. I think it's the least talked about aspect of what he does.
Yeah. For sure. And just having to like hit the day you pitch and plus all the other stuff after it's a lot to juggle. And I think you need to be a very like chill, forget things quick type of guy. And I feel like he's perfect for it. Like his mentality and the way he is throughout the course of a season, it's like, I feel like he's probably one of the few people that can even put that on during an entire season.
Well, now that you've had a full year with him, do guys turn into like little baseball fans when he's out there doing his thing? Like, do you guys talk to each other and you're like, this is insane?
Definitely. It's always been like, I think for the most part, when you spend so much time with someone, like I don't think anyone on the team looks at Shohei like how everyone else does. You know what I mean? Like from afar, like the farther removed you are, the more like the story gets grander and grander and grander. And I think like there'll be moments in the dugout where he'll hit a ball like 119 miles per hour over the stadium, and we'll all just be like, what the like people make comments all the time, but I think because you're around him on a day-to-day basis, you become so close and like so it's just like that's Shohei. It's just a dude, that's a guy on our team, but then he'll do things to remind you that like, oh yeah, that guy's really good. Like he'll just do crazy stuff. And for a lot of times, we'll watch him just do something wild, break a record or hit a ball really far, and we all kind of just look at each other like, this guy's not real.
You all had a video him walking through Japan next year at the beginning of the season.
I wonder how that's even going to go. Yeah, I wonder if he's going to have like 50 security guards. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to get a video. Our security's probably going to hit my phone out of it. It's going to be wild. I kind of feel bad for him a little bit. Like I don't think he feels bad for himself, but I just think you're going to go to the beginning of the season in Tokyo, and he's basically Justin Bieber. So it's going to be tough. But if anyone can not care about it, it's him.
Well, yeah, Vinny Pasquantino, the Royals, played for Team Italy in the 2023 World Baseball Classic and had to play Team Japan over in Japan. And he said you couldn't walk 5 feet without something Shohei. It was like, it was unlike anything you'd ever seen before. He just is.
I bet, especially to see like all the stuff in the U.S. is obviously crazy. And like you just the media and like coming from the Rays to see what that media was like, and then coming here to see the Dodgers media. Like I can only imagine what it's going to be like going to Japan. Like I remember seeing something where it was like 15.5 million people in Japan watched the World Series, and it was like 13.9 or whatever in the United States. It's like a smaller place with less people. That's just like, it's just like a religion. Baseball is just crazy. They just love him.
グラスノー投手の言葉からは、同じ先発投手だからこそ分かるリアルな驚きが伝わってきます。100球投げた翌日の体の感覚は経験したものにしか分かりません。それを知っているからこそ、登板2日後に420フィートのホームランを打てるという事実がいかに常識外れかが際立つのです。そしてグラスノー投手がもう一つ語っていたのがメンタルの切り替えの話でした。投球がうまくいかなくてもその感情を引きずらずに打席へ向かう。その一貫した切り替えがなければ二刀流というルーティン自体が成立しないのだということがよく伝わってきましたね。そして最後に昨シーズン限りで引退したドジャースのレジェンドが大谷選手のルーティンについて語ります。長年先発投手として積み上げてきた経験を持つからこそ見える大谷選手の本当の凄さとは何だったのでしょうか。
You've had an incredible seat to one of the most unique players of any generation in Shohei Ohtani. Now, we know about his dog. We know pretty much everything. Tell us and the national audience at home something about Ohtani that we do not know.
He probably doesn't know it either.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing I can say about Shohei is that I really love being his teammate. I think, with any free agent coming in, with any superstar free agent coming in, you really just don't know the personality. Obviously, guys from other teams, you ask a bunch of guys, hey, what's Shohei like? Hey, what's Shohei like? But until you've been in a clubhouse with him and get to hang out, you don't really know, until you get in that setting. And so I can't say enough good things about the clubhouse presence that he has, about his diligence, his work ethic we've all heard about, but him getting along with the guys and being in there and hanging out and actually pretty funny to talk to and hang out. It's been a blast, and he's just been a great add to our team.
So he's fluent in English. Right. Yeah, exactly. Well, we kind of knew that. He's sneaky with that, no doubt. Did you ever pitch to Ohtani?
Yeah.
With the Angels?
Yeah, check the numbers, Dan. Check the numbers. I never gave up a hit to Shohei, and I will have that for the rest of my life. I think he was like 0 for 10 or 11 or something.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't rub that in, do you?
I haven't told him yet. I didn't know how he would take it, but
I got the numbers. He's 0 for 11 with 4 strikeouts.
Yeah, it feels good.
You
feels
owned
good.
the greatest player in the history of the sport.
Yeah, it feels great. I'll take that all day.
Did anybody ever ask you how to pitch him, knowing your success?
I mean, guys asked me on our team. Obviously, I would never say anything to anybody else, but I think you can't throw middle speed pitches, and unfortunately now that's all I throw is middle speed pitches. So I don't know if I would have done very well now, but man, those like the slider, changeup, mid 80s, upper 80s. I don't care how good it is. I don't feel confident throwing that stuff. So you got to throw really hard or throw soft, like a curveball.
カーショウ投手の言葉からは、プロとして積み上げてきたレジェンドだからこそわかる大谷選手の異次元さが伝わってきましたね。ここまでレッツ選手、フリーマン選手、スミス選手、グラスノー投手、カーショウ投手、それぞれの視点から大谷選手のルーティンへの驚きを聞いてきました。最後にご覧いただくのは、そうした同僚たちが語る大谷選手のもう一つの側面です。あれだけの負荷を毎日背負いながら、ロッカー室ではいつも笑いを絶やさない。規格外のルーティンをこなしながら、なぜ大谷選手はあれほど自然体でいられるのか、その答えがここに詰まっています。
Shohei's really funny. He's always trying to make jokes to have a good time with his teammates.
Really just how funny he is, man. With us, I mean, he's laughing, joking. He'll crack a little joke in our hitters meetings, and you kind of don't expect it. And he's a really funny guy.
Well, I think the world is starting to understand that he's a practical joker.
They put my car.
Shohei got me. Shohei's behind this?
Yes.
Are you freaking kidding me?
Okay. Now tie.
He has become more free and easy, more jovial, and I think he's starting to become the person who he really intrinsically is.
Feeling blessed, never stressed. Got that sunshine on my Sunday best.
The thing I really like the most that I'm very impressed is how Shohei handles all the things going on around him, and he's so consistent every day with being the same person.
And Ohtani torches one, tosses the bat, and watches it fly.
Every single night he does something that I've never seen before. Even when he gets out, he's hitting it out 120 miles an hour, and you're kind of like, did I just see that right? It's truly kind of a blessing to be his teammate.
He is actually changing the game of baseball. He never ceases to amaze. It's incredible. It really is.
He's a worldwide sensation, and you think about it, since his last pitching appearance back in August of 23 with the Angels, before he got hurt, a full-time hitter in 222 games. The numbers are just unbelievable what he's done. I mean, he's a machine. And then you remember that when he did pitch back in 2022, he was fourth in Cy Young voting. He's as good as anybody on the mound, but we saw it. He was throwing that live BP session earlier today on this mound today, guys. He will come back. Dave Roberts told Ken Rosenthal last week, hopefully after the All-Star game. Question is, Derek, do you agree with the decision to have him come back and pitch, considering how dominant he's been from an offensive standpoint?
100%. You know, that's why you signed him. Shohei Ohtani, we've said it before, he's a unicorn. I mean, he can absolutely do it all. He's one of the best hitters in the game. When he's healthy, he's one of the best pitchers in the game. But the interesting thing adds value to the Dodgers is it creates another roster spot because he's two players. Alex, you mentioned it earlier. There are so many injuries. You have Shohei hitting and pitching, it gives him an extra spot.
Yeah, KB, it is a tough one for me. We were having dinner with Hall of Famer John Smoltz last night, little name drop, and he said, Poppy, in 2023, he had the best stuff of any pitcher in the game. This is not a stuff. Obviously, his talent's off the charts. But if Ohtani gets hurt and makes it 15 pitches in the IL, the season's over. So for me, the risk and reward's not there. Something else to think about is he's not a finesse pitcher. He's a power pitcher, fastball, tight slider, and split. He's already had 2 Tommy John injury. He had a separate shoulder injury in the World Series. I would let that lie. I would have a whole offseason and spring training to set this up physically, emotionally, and mentally.
Based on the conversation that we had with John Small last night at dinner, watch this video right here. This brought so much memory to me. That's the WBC right there. This guy was DHing. He had a good night at the plate, and then he came back in towards the end of the game and did that. I'll tell you what, I would pay everything I have to watch that here in the Major League Baseball. When he's 100%, when he's good to go, I would like to have him coming in, taking somebody's deep a couple of times during the game, and then come and shut down everybody like that, like he did in the WBC.
So you want him to close?
Yes.
That's what he did against striking out Mike Stroud, his teammate at the time.
That's right.
And then right after he closed, he had surgery. So you got to be careful to that point. Coming out to turn into a close, I agree with you. It'd be exciting to have him come in and close the game. But I would assume he's a creature of habit and he's had a routine. When you're in the bullpen, you have to be able to throw in back-to-back games in high stressful situations. So I don't know if that would be the right thing for him to do right away, but I do believe he should come back and pitch.
If you're the Dodgers, it's like playing blackjack. You already have a winning hand. You got a 20. Dealer has 16. You can hit and get a 21, but you can also bust. You were a champion with this recipe. Don't change it. Don't take the head fake. Stay put and play the long game.
You hit on 20 playing blackjack? Because I'm never playing with you. that much I know.
Great donation.
Instant donation.
いかがでしたか？今回ご紹介したのは、毎日大谷選手の隣でプレーするドジャースの同僚たちの言葉でした。超人的なルーティンをこなしながら、ロッカー室ではいつも笑い声を響かせている。あれだけの負荷を毎日背負いながら、その重さを全く感じさせない。それが、大谷選手の二刀流の凄さをより一層際立たせているのかもしれません。記録や結果だけではなく、その在り方ごと含めて、チームメイトたちは大谷選手に驚き続けています。2026年シーズン、完全二刀流として戻ってきた大谷選手の日常は、今この瞬間も更新され続けていることでしょう。この動画をご覧いただきありがとうございました。チャンネル登録、高評価もぜひよろしくお願いします。それでは、次の動画でまたお会いしましょう。